It is my great pleasure to be joined today by Mabel Wilmon, this year's recipient of the ICF Grand President's Award. As many of you know, this award is given to a member who has shown commitment to the ICF, to its ideals, to its values, to what it stands for, and someone who's been very active in the ICF. I will tell you that perfectly describes Mabel Wilmon. Dedicated and committed to the ICF. I've known her since I first joined the ICF in Branch 39, and I know that she's held just about every position there. I think she's been secretary and treasurer at least, and sentinel. Is that right, Mabel?
Yes, and I probably was trustee at one point, but yes.
Right. And you've been there are many committees.
Yes.
Yes. And I will tell you that Mabel was one of the people when I first joined the branch who made me feel welcome, who made me feel like I belonged there, and was someone who asked me for my ideas, which was great, right? But it's that commitment of Mabel's to the branch and what's best for the branch that makes her stand out, I think, among so many ICF members. But it's not just at the branch level that Mabel is so involved. She's also involved at the Fresno district. She has served, again, many positions there, treasurer currently, right, Mabel?
Yes.
And what else have you served?
Secretary, president. I was president during the first convention, well, the first recent convention hosted by Fresno, the Fresno district. Yes, I've been active in the district. You've
been very active in the district. And what's that famous saying, Mabel, that you always tell everyone? We're alive and
well in the San Joaquin Valley.
I will tell you that almost every Fresno district meeting ends with Mabel saying that, and everyone repeating it after her. And Mabel, it's that positive attitude and that commitment to work. You know, Mabel, I think what I appreciate best about you is certainly you're a forthright, straightforward person who's not afraid to share her opinions, and that's valuable in any organization. But even more so, you roll up your sleeves and you get to work. You're not all talk. You're a person who is action oriented. And I really do appreciate that. You and I had talked about maybe doing this a little more as an interview, of course, than a straight presentation. And Mabel, I just want to ask you, why the ICF? Why have you been active in the ICF so long? What's kept you in the ICF?
The people and the purpose, the work that the ICF does, the friendships I've made. It's just been a wonderful organization, and it was a wonderful organization for my late husband and I, because it was an organization we could belong to together. We could work together, and yet we could do our own separate roles. And it's just been a great organization.
Well, Mabel, how long have you been a member? When did you first join?
I joined in late 1986, probably October or around there. In 1986.
It's my understanding that you went from signing the application to an officer role immediately. Is that correct?
That's correct. One of the longtime members and a friend of mine for many years, Ed Spinardi, after I joined, I got this phone call and he said, Mabel, we'd like you to be the sentinel. And I said, I haven't even been to a meeting yet. I don't even know the password. How can I be the sentinel? He goes, we don't have a password anymore. That's old. That's old, the old way. And yes, we would like for you to be the sentinel. So with that, with the new year, I was installed as sentinel. And it was a tremendous position for me because I learned that what the sentinel was supposed to do was greet people and make people feel welcome. And that wasn't easy for me. I wasn't, I was friendly, I was outgoing, I was used to talking to people, but I really wasn't used to going up to people and initiating that contact. And so now all of a sudden it was my responsibility as Sentinel. And so I did it. And it was just a wonderful experience. Taught me something about myself, helped me to grow. And I've been forever grateful that I was asked to do that.
That's awesome. That's just such a wonderful story, and says so much about the ICF. You know, you've been in for a while now, and I know you've supported every Grand President that has come from the Central Valley, as well as every Grand President throughout the Federation. But you and your husband Asa have run hospitality suites when we had them, right? You've made posters, you've handed out pamphlets, you've really done everything. But you've also seen the ICF change over the years. What do you think are some of the most significant changes?
Well, I think one of the significant changes was the fact that recently the ICF took a look at itself, and that we now have a mission statement, that we're now moving forward, that we're now with the times. This is an example. Our convention this year is an example. In 1986, we would not have dreamed of a virtual convention. And it's taken a while for our organization to come to grips with modern times, but I think that one of our biggest accomplishments is that we're moving in that direction, and we have made significant movement in that direction. And I see that as being a real advantage for our organization.
Well, Mabel, let me ask you, is there anything you'd like to share with the members of the ICF as you receive this award, or one that you are so deserving of?
Well, you know, I was humbled when I learned that I had won this award. I was really humbled. I was astounded because there are so many members in the ICF who are deserving of this award. And I was so grateful that I was chosen to be honored, and at the same time humbled by it.
Well, Mabel,
so thank you.
Mabel, you are certainly deserving of this award for all you've done for all the ICF branches in the Central Valley. I know that you have single-handedly saved a few branches that were facing challenges, and you've done that, and you are a hero to all of them. I know whenever you walk into those branches, I've seen you greeted. You were their savior in some ways, and it's more than one branch. You've helped, struggling branches, but beyond that, you've helped the Federation as a whole. By serving in offices at branch level, at the district level, but also by being very active in conventions, by being forthright with your ideas, and by serving not only the Grand Presidents, but any member of the Central Council or any member of the Federation. You've always been there to serve. And I think really, Mabel, if I have to come up with one word to describe you in the ICF, it's service. So thank you so much. You're so deserving of this award.
Thank you so much for the award.